And breaking right now at noon, we're learning more about the conditions of the victims who survived yesterday's mass shooting at Florida State University. We know that 2 people were killed. 6 others were hurt.
2 of those patients in the hospital are expected to be discharged today. 3 are in good condition, and the other one, we are told, is in fair condition. Now, law enforcement has identified the suspected shooter as 20-year-old FSU student Phoenix Eichner, the stepson of a Leon County Sheriff's Deputy, Jessica Eichner, who was just named Employee of the Month last March. He allegedly used a handgun that was previously her service weapon.
Now, some Atlanta students were at the campus of Florida State University when that suspected gunman opened fire. 10th graders from Drew Charter School were on a college tour there.
You can imagine how their parents were feeling when they got the news. Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond is live for us from the school. Sarah, how are they doing today?
Well, you know, they're all okay. That is the good news. There were 45 students and 5 chaperones on campus for this visit. They tell us they were walking towards the student center when those gunshots rang out. They had to take cover in a cafeteria and stayed on lockdown again. They are all okay, but they tell us that they were terrified.
Attention. Attention.
This is what students heard throughout Florida State University's campus yesterday, including 45 Atlanta high schoolers.
A dangerous or life-threatening situation exists on campus. Take shelter now in a secure location.
Drew Charter School sophomores Asante Hodges and Noah Salih recount the moment they realized something was wrong during their campus visit when a shooter opened fire in the student center.
We saw a lot of people running, and some of them were crying, like just running in the opposite direction. So we immediately turned around and tried to seek a safe place. And at that point, I feel like all of us were definitely very scared.
It's been about an hour now. We're still sheltering in place.
Hodges says at the time they were all terrified. Now that he's home, he says he is angry. School shootings like this one keep happening.
It's not fair. You know, I'm just really mad about it. It's not something that we deserve.
His father, Melvin Hodges, says he wants his son to grow up in a world with more regulation and intervention.
It's getting to the point where it almost feels like there are no safe spaces.
And they weren't the only ones from Atlanta taking shelter. Cecilia Gardner, an FSU student from the Metro, had to hide, but her family confirms she is safe. And Georgia Tech's softball team was on their way to play FSU when the news broke. Those games have since been canceled.
Life is so precious, it's so fragile that one bullet, it can change everything for everybody around us.
And the Drew Charter students got back home to Atlanta last night into the arms of some very relieved parents, and school officials told them their attendance today at school was optional. Live in Atlanta, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
Thank you, Sarah. Some very brave kids there. And some new